everyone, it's Tuesday the 6th of May. Oh, can you believe how quick this year's going already? We're in month 5. My son's 22 on Friday in a couple of days. Yeah, time's just flying. But anyway, hope you're all well. I have just come back from seeing my consultant/surgeon. He is very, very happy. He showed me all my x-rays. God, that knee joint's enormous. And yeah, he's really, really happy. We'll proceed in getting my other one done. As for the infection, he's had a look and he's really pleased. So sorry, I tipped my camera angle. We're in the car. I've got a dog hair stuck on me. Sorry, it's now stuck on you. He comes everywhere with us when he's not there. Yeah, so he's really pleased. So I can now take the dressing off, let the air get to it, continue my antibiotics, any problems, go to my GP or straight to him. But yeah, he was very pleased. So we are now on our way home. It takes us about an hour, I'd say an hour, to get to the hospital where I see my consultant surgeon. It's not our local hospital, which is about 15 minutes away, but we don't mind the extra travel because it's such a wonderful hospital and he is such a wonderful surgeon. I will shout him out. His name is Richard Hartley and he is incredible, and he works at Fitzwilliam Hospital in Peterborough. I think he works at another one somewhere, but he is the most incredible surgeon, but also the loveliest person. He makes me thumb in the camera. It makes me feel very comfortable, very relaxed, very reassured. He's also the surgeon that did Carl's 2 hip replacements, so you know we trust him with our lives. But I am so glad this infection, we finally got hold of it. So from the beginning, anyone who doesn't know, surgery went absolutely fantastically. 2 weeks after my surgery, had the clips removed. When they removed the clips, there was a couple that left gaps, so they called it dehiscent, which basically means it opened, it hadn't sealed. The nurse put a couple of sticky stitch strips on it. Then we took them off and everything looked fine. Then all of a sudden it started to get very red and oozy and yucky, and I went to see the nurse who took swabs on the Monday. But even though it was dripping yellow pus and looked disgusting, she wouldn't talk to the doctor and ask the doctor, should I give her some antibiotics in the meantime? So it was 4 days later when I got a text message to say, yes, it's an infection, you need antibiotics. So 4 days that had kicked in the infection, and it got worse and worse. I kept going back to the nurses, they kept dressing it, cleaning it, and if you see some videos, you'll see the nurse that did majority of the cleaning and looking after it. And I had my antibiotic. It seemed to start to clear up, but then within a couple of days it just started to come back, and we're like, the antibiotics I couldn't take, they were too big for me to swallow. They got changed to smaller ones. Eventually the nurse I saw called the doctor in to have a look. This is like 3 weeks later, and it just wasn't getting any better, so I was on different antibiotics. Those antibiotics, I saw the nurse, and those antibiotics were going to finish in 2 days, but because it was the Thursday before Good Friday, I said to him, my tablet's going to go out on Saturday, I won't be able to get back in the doctor's till Tuesday. What am I going to do? And basically I was told there was nothing they can do. They can't order me more antibiotics while I'm still taking some. I'm like, but they'll run out. There's nothing we can do. You have to wait till you come back. So I thought, okay, they'll finish on the Saturday. I'll go the Sunday and the Monday without, but I'll come back and get some on the Tuesday. Hopefully they'll still be in my system. Went to reception, they couldn't see me till the Thursday, which meant I'd go the Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 5 days with no antibiotics, in a leg that you could clearly see was still infected and only had 2 days left. So I called the hospital where I had my surgery. My surgeon wasn't available, but they left a message. On Good Friday morning at 7:30ish, my consultant surgeon rang and asked me to get there for 1 o'clock, which I did. They looked at it, saw it was infected, put another dressing on it, an inodine dressing, and a dressing on the top. Then that meant that I was told to keep that dressing on for 3 weeks until I saw my consultant again, which was today. Not to touch it, leave it alone. 24 hours after having it on, I rang the ward, the nurses, and said, came in yesterday, saw my consultant, he got it dressed and everything by a nurse, but the dressing you've put on, this inodine dressing, I've had before at the GP's, it made my knee very sore, very irritated, so we took it off and changed it for a different one. It's stinging, it's red, it's sore. I need to take it off, I need some advice. This particular nurse told me to leave it alone. It's only been 24 hours. And literally stop moaning, and the consultant isn't going to do anything, to leave it alone. I came off the phone, I was very, very upset, very disheartened. And I left it. But what was it? Last week, the pain was, I'd done 2 weeks and the pain was unbelievable, and I said to Carl, I've got to get this off, I've got to do something. And he was like, okay, let's have a look. We took the top dressing off and we saw what wasn't nice. Alright, if you're squeamish, look away, because I'm going to put a picture up here somewhere of what it looked like. I called the next morning I got my GP. They had a look and they were like, no, you need antibiotics. They went and actually got the doctor in, and I was put on another course of antibiotics. And they put on this other dressing, which I can't remember the name at the minute, but Cutamed. They put a Cutamed dressing on, which is the green stuff I had before that was really good. After a couple of days though, the Cutamed was really irritating, so I took it off. And it looked quite good, my knee, so the antibiotics are working. So I've just been to my consultant, he's taken it off, had a look, and the holes in my knee are finally closing up, and the stinging stopping, and the pain stopping, because there's no pain from my actual knee surgery. That is really, really good. The pain is all coming from the wound. My poor consultant apologised for it, and it's not his fault. Infections are infections. The issue I had is the way it was managed, in a way, and the way I was treated by some people. It wasn't necessary, because I was just asking for help. But finally I can go without the dressing, let some air get to it, which means I can do some more physio. The problem is, where it is, it's right where my knee bends, so I'm constantly doing my physio, which is putting strain on that skin, which is pulling it and pulling it. But until it heals and gets stronger, there's nothing I can do. And I can't not do my physio, because you go 2 hours without moving it and it's like you're learning to walk again. It's horrid, so you have to keep moving it. But it does mean now I am free of having a dressing on. I will probably put a dressing on when I go out, but around the house I probably won't. But yeah, so we are now heading to Hobbycraft. Carly's going to let me go and spend some money. I need to get some white paint, a green sagey colour kind of paint I'd like, and maybe a couple more canvases, we'll see. And then I've got to pop into the supermarket because I need to get a couple of bits for tomorrow's dinner. And then it's home, and we have meatballs in a homemade tomato sauce and spaghetti that I made. I haven't made the spaghetti yet, but I did the rest before we left for the hospital. That way I knew when we get back it was going to be a bit late to start cooking. It's now like 5:20. I always do start cooking about 3:30, 4 o'clock every day. Well, when I'm at home I do. And we batch cook at weekends, but today I did the meatballs and the tomato sauce this morning, and dropped my dad's dinner off because he doesn't eat beef, so he has something different on the way to the hospital. Now when we get home, dinner is all cooked. Also, any advice on a company that does teeth whitening, because I don't want to go to my dentist. These here are root canals, why they are yellowy, and this one here, I do have clip-on veneers, and I was going to have permanent veneers, but my medication interferes with my gums, and they said it wouldn't be strong enough to hold veneers in. So, yeah, comment below if you've got any ideas. But yeah, I'm going to go and spend some money at Hobbycraft, and then once I get home, after dinner, I'll chill, probably do a bit of painting this evening. Are you doing any model making tonight?
Yeah, I might definitely.
Yeah, he might do. He's doing the Bismarck ship that our youngest got him for his birthday last year. So yeah, and I've got some canvases to do. I've also got some cross stitch to do. I've got some quilling to do. So there's lots. But it'll be a chill out evening. Catch you in a bit. This is the lakes. We love coming to the lakes. It has so many shops. It's like an open air Milton Keynes. But yeah, it's just on our doorstep, literally on our doorstep, and we have the cinema, Primark, M&S, Costa's next, but this is a bit that we're going to because this is where Hobbycraft is. Good morning. It is early, not early, but it's early. Carl has hospital appointment this morning, so we've got to go to that, and it's not super early, but our routine in the morning normally is we get up around 6 and we let the dogs out for their morning wee. So Cameron's over there, their morning wee, and then he makes me coffee or tea. He gets himself one. We take our medication, and then we go and lie back down. I watch I watch Andy the Gardener's videos because they're normally on in the mornings. Absolutely love them. If it's a bit chilly, so we'll watch them in bed. If it's nice, we'll go and sit outside on the bench and watch them and listen to the birds. It's a lovely way to wake up in the morning with Andy. He teaches you so much. Anyway, and then we just chill, probably watch a bit of TV in bed or read, the headlines and see what's been going on while we've been asleep. This morning, as you can tell, I didn't sleep well. I'm so tired. It was wake up and get up. Yeah, I didn't sleep well. 4:30. I just had absolute throbbing, pounding pain in my back. Which my back hurts constantly, every day, all day, but it aches because of the medication. It's a dull ache instead of a sharp, horrible, throbbing, constant pain. For some reason, my medication, which is morphine and amitriptyline and other stuff, just didn't do it last night, and I just struggled. I'm so sorry. I didn't go to sleep till 2, and then I was up at 4:30. So yeah, it wasn't great, but I am going to go and get more coffee, wake myself up, and get ready to go to Carl's hospital appointment. It's his haematology appointment. So about 3 months ago, Carl has a varicose vein. We've wanted to get rid of it, but he had his hips done, which was more important. And we just left it. So about 3 months ago, so he's had a varicose vein for years, but about 3 months ago it started to hurt. And they always said if it starts to hurt, sting, gets hard, go to your GP. So it started to sting and it was rock solid. He went to his GP. Within 24 hours they sent him to the hospital. He had tests and he found out he had an SVT, a superficial vein thrombosis. Which then would develop into a DVD, deep vein thrombosis. So anyway, he managed to get to see them. They scanned him and they put him on blood thinners, which is called apixaban. Now, our daughter's on warfarin because she's got a mechanical heart valve, so she lives on warfarin for the rest of her life. And when she goes in for procedures and stuff, she has to stop her warfarin. When she has a procedure, she comes home, she has enoxaparin, which is the ones I have to inject in her stomach. that's always been a fight, and it's been horrible doing it to her. Lucky enough, the very last time she managed to have it in tablet form, so a version in tablet form, so we didn't have to inject her. It used to take 3 of us to hold her to do it, and it's horrible doing that to somebody. It really invades their right to liberty kind of thing. Oh, it's horrible. Anyway, Carl's on a Pixaban, so we're going for his 3rd checkup now to see how things are going still, and if he needs to continue on a Pixaban. The poor guy, do you know what? Like I said, I've known him since I was 14, and until maybe 5 years ago, he was never ill, or a bit longer. He was never ill, never had anything wrong with him. If he had a cold, it was 24 hours and he was fine. Absolutely nothing. More than 5 years ago, actually. Probably about 6, 7 years ago. And then which way round was it? He either broke his leg and then his appendix burst soon after, or he had appendicitis and that burst and then he broke his leg. And ever since then, he's just had all sorts happen to him, and it's such a shame. And thank God his hips are done, but his shoulder is causing him so many problems. So I'll be glad when he either has the injections first, then a replacement, or straight in for a replacement. Right, I better go because I'm going to be late. Hello, right, we've just finished Carl's hospital appointment. We're now in Asda, just doing a bit of shopping, just stocking up. I will probably show you what I get when I get home, because it's absolutely packed in here, and people are funny when you're filming. Well, shopping weren't bad. We got that many bags, and then there's a couple of bits on the worktops. But yeah, no, it wasn't bad at all, really. Came to £194. Wasn't bad for a week, especially when I'm feeding 5. Most of the 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5. Told me, yeah, especially when we're feeding 5 most of the time. But little extra things like got an extra bigger pack of toilet roll, treated my son to some different yogurts. But yeah, so but I did buy some really cute little jars that for my tea and sugar. We never put the coffee in a jar. And when I lived at home when I was younger, these cups, and they were more in a smoky brown, but these cups my mum and dad had for our teas and coffees. And I haven't seen them anywhere for ages, and Asda have them for £2. So I got one of them. Just a really quickie show. So this is a couple of bags. So I've got the usual milk, some fruit. I always make in my Kilner jars fruit pots, so everyone can just grab a pot of fruit out the fridge and I haven't got to worry about chopping. Red peppers, onions. Always I've got my greens, blueberries, waxy potatoes, great now the weather's warmer. Bicarb for baking and washing my fruit and veg. Whole peppercorns because my holder was empty. Eggs, we use a huge amount of eggs every week, so that would be probably about 45 a week. Sweet potatoes, always have a couple of bags of packets of microwave rice in the cupboard, so easy. Coffee for the coffee machine because we haven't got any future self coffee at the moment. Cheeky little chocolate cake for my son's 22 today, and I didn't have time to make them. Saw my jars earlier. Kitchen roll, always. Water, always. Dishwasher cleaner because I needed doing. A couple of foil containers for leftovers, smaller ones because we have the big ones that carry meals for 4. These are just little leftovers. There's some yogurts, some chicken and bacon sandwich bread, soft cheese, great for making garlic bread. 2 whole chickens, which I cook, roast, season everything, then take it all off the bone and put them in sandwich bags into portions, just like Amy Shepherd, and it's a great idea. Got mince. Lamb chops for Sunday, chorizo that you know I use a lot of, some pork chops. So next bags are some egg noodles, another staple, great for your cupboards. Some passata, always keep that. Olive oil, use a lot of it. Some plum tomatoes because I put them in everything. Don't matter that they're the cheap Asda ones, they're brilliant. Okay, then the extra bit. So these are my son's yogurt drinks. Really handy, takes them to work, loves them. These are Carl's cholesterol drinks. He has high cholesterol, so we always get him his little drinks. I got myself some exotic juice, a couple of washing up liquids. I use about 2 a week. Calgon lime scrub tablets for washing machine. Dr. Beckham Glow White, because my son's white shirts, because they're white shirts, they get every stain, every mark or anything. This stuff's great. I also use Nappy San on them, because in this weather, when he's indoors at work and they sweat, Nappy San really gets rid of the bacteria and really helps with that on yellowing and everything under the armpits of white shirts. Fabric conditioner, Carl's Coffee, I don't touch that one. Some crisps. Now these are the low calorie, I think, ones. I think we got, might not have got, I think they're just ordinary. But put them in a tray with some chorizo and mozzarella and some brie. Put it in the oven, makes a really nice snack when you're feeling a bit naughty. Tin foil, constantly using that. Deodorant, strawberry sauce for ice cream. Wraps, great again for my son's lunches and for our lunches. The mozzarella, half fat cheese, some brie, some new dishcloths, extra gardening gloves, some bug sprays for my veggies, bin bags, back to more meat. So I've got some Cumberland sausages, sorry about the sun, because on Saturday we're having smoky sausage bean chili, and some more chicken thighs. So yeah, that, oh, and down there somewhere is a bag of sugar, but it's got a hole in it, so that's why it's down there, so I put it in a sandwich bag. So yeah, that's the shopping. So we can get quite a lot of meat, mainly because we have two, oh god, that's close up, sorry, mainly because we have 2 freezers, so it's toothpaste, 2 freezers, so we can really stock up on meat. Yeah, I look really tired. I'm really, really, really tired. But I'm not having to cook today because it's pub day. And because my son's 22 today, we're going out for dinner. So, yeah, and it's the first time I've been out for my pub dinner since having my knee done. I'm really looking forward to it. So, yeah, that was the shopping. So, like I said, it came to I think it was 194 in the end, which is actually quite cheap for us for a weekly shop. Right, I better get on and get this shopping put away. But, yeah, if anyone wants to know about the whole chickens and what I do with them and how I put them in the freezer and label them up and everything, just leave me a comment. But, yeah, it's my usual dodgy angle. So I haven't vlogged for a couple of days. I have been so busy outside with the veg patch. But, yeah, I'm just about to do a bit of steaming some shirts and stuff. But I thought I'd just pop on and say a quick hi and let you know what it's been up to. So yeah, Carl built a great big frame over the veg patch, which I will show you shortly. And I've been able to get all my veggies in. So that's what I've been busy. We've been busy doing that, and because of my knee and still limping and other trying to, it not bending as much and straightening as much as it used to, but it's getting there. Everything takes a bit longer. So what would have taken me about 10 minutes to plant out some of the seedlings took me about an hour. But yeah, update on the knee. I am over the moon. Like I said, infection still away. One of the scabs, like I said before, I think, came off and it looked a bit weepy, but we let some air get to it and that's cleared up. I'll put a picture on somewhere, show you what it looks like. If you're squeamish, look away, I've warned you. But yeah, it's doing well. At the moment, the straightening is great, even better than before, than recently. So straightening's a lot easier. The bending's still a real struggle. It's almost like opening a door and it hitting something behind it, and you can't push it any further. No matter how much you push that door to try and move what's behind it, it doesn't move. So then you push it against it and strain it and then let go, and then next time you do it, it moves a little bit further, and then let go, and then you push it a bit more and hold it, and then let go, it moves a bit further. But about 10 minutes after you stop doing that, it goes back to where it originally was. And so it's time, and I know I've been horrendously, excuse the noise in the background, it's the washing machine. I've been horrendously impatient with it. And that's just me. I've just wanted to have it done and get it done and be up and flying around and everything. I'm still not allowed to drive currently, which is probably the most frustrating thing because I love to drive my car, and I can't drive. So poor car's being my taxi and throwing me around everywhere. But it is improving. It's getting better. I saw my consultant. That was in the other video, not in the other video, earlier on in this vlog. And I've got to see him again in 6 weeks. And I'm hoping then I've pushed it enough that it will bend a bit more and he'll allow me to drive. We are now just waiting for the date to get my other knee done. And I'm hoping that he thinks this one's improved enough that I can get the other one done, which will then stop the inch difference in the heights. And then that will stop so much limping, which will then stop causing me so many problems with my back. I've had a few changes in medication. My morphine tablets have been altered, and I've come off one of my other tablets and changed for another one because I have an overactive bladder, and I've been on these tablets for such a long time they started not to do the job. So I've gone on to a new one called solifesonine. But we did find out, so my dad takes solifesonine, and we found out that you're not supposed to be prescribed it if you have a certain glaucoma. And my dad has glaucoma, and he has this certain glaucoma. And last time he went to see his consultant, the pressures in his eyes were extremely high, and he's been getting terrible headaches and a lot of pain in his eye. And we've stopped the solifesonine, and the pain has literally almost gone in 4 days. He's not suffering so many headaches, so it's the medication. I do wish that between the doctors and the pharmacists, they had looked at the warnings, because all I did was read the piece of paper when I was prescribed it and saw that. You trust the doctor and the pharmacist to know what contraindications there should be with other medication, and they should have questioned that if he had this particular type of glaucoma. It was never questioned, and I think for the last 8 months he's been on it, and it's causing more and more trouble with his eyes. But we're there now, and he's stopped it, and he's waiting for a new change of medication. And what else has been happening? Oh, took my little doggy, well, my big doggy Eric, everybody knows Eric, he has his own Instagram channel, which I'll put up there, Cute and Collie. He has been limping quite a bit lately for the last week, holding his head on one side, so we thought, right, he's got an ear infection, got him up to the vets. Our vets are incredible. His ear was slightly inflamed, but no sign of infection. But he has got arthritis, which was the other thing we thought he had. And he has got arthritis, so he's now been put on medication. So yesterday he had an injection to get him going. The lump that was on his tummy that we knew was a fatty lump, but they double checked it and it is just a fat lump. I'm not calling you a fat lump, Eric, by the way. Excuse me, boy. He's lost 2 kilos in weight since changing from AV8 weight management to going on Butterbox. There'll also be a code in Butterbox for a discount if you ever want to change your pet. It's incredible. The food is brilliant. I've said before, it's really, really good. And it just shows that the weight management food wasn't managing his weight or helping him to lose weight and maintain. It was putting weight on him. And now he's gone on Butterbox, which is the fresh chicken and veg with a touch of sage. It's his favourite. He's lost 2 kilos in just over 2 months, so it's been fantastic. Thank you to Mutton Hound, his groomers, who I talk about all the time and put on my socials all the time. She's the one that said, because she's known Eric for, I think she's been grooming Eric for so many years, and now she has her own salon, which is Mutton Groom, which I'll also put up here. Sorry, Mutton Hound, not Mutton Groom. She said, look, my dogs are on it, and I think she has a Whippet or Greyhound. But try this, it's fantastic. We tried it and we won't go back. We're now going to take Bertie, my Bichon, off of his Tails menu and put him on Butterbox now. But yes, so that's what's been happening with the pets. And yeah, so I'm going to get these shirts steamed because otherwise my son will go to work with wrinkles, and I don't like wrinkle shirts. And I shall be back. Oh, actually, another thing. Chris Tate, Chris Offroads, his channel I'll put up on here. We all know him through, if you're a fan of Tom Syndicate or Life of Tom. I won't go into details because you can see it on his channel, but sending lots of love, quick recovery. And as a company, which is Original Street Animals and Merch by Mitch, we will be donating 50% of all Original Street Animals fees to the Northwest Air Ambulance, and also as Merch by Mitch as well, we'll be doing the same. So get over to Original Street Animals and choose your t-shirts, hoodies, caps, trousers, kids clothes, have a look. Also with Original Street Animals, if you draw a design or you want a design, you come up with a design animal themed, we will embroider or print it for you. With Merch by Mitch provides clothing for companies, businesses, content creators for their merch. But yeah, get in touch below if you want to ask any questions about either, but we will be donating to Northwest Ambulance. If you want to donate separately, if you go onto Chris's YouTube, I'm sure there's a link in this description how to donate to the Air Ambulance. But yeah, just wanted to say wish you well and lots of love from us lot. Hi everyone, so this is just a quick one. I know my vlogs are meant to go up on a Friday and it's now Sunday and it's late going up, but the reason is tomorrow I'm taking our daughter Samantha, who has a lot of medical problems, as you know. She has an appointment tomorrow with her cardiologist, and I wanted to take you along with me to meet her, for those who haven't, and to see what her cardiology appointment's like, and meet her main carer, who should be with her as well. And I know I could have put it at the beginning of next week's vlog, but I haven't managed to do a huge amount either this week. And there's been good days and bad days. After about half an hour on my knee, it swells up a lot and then gets really painful. So then there's been sitting down, plus I've had a lot of homework I've had to do, and there's some artwork that I'm trying to get finished for some friends. So I'll take you along with me tomorrow to her cardiology appointment and to meet the team. Have a good evening and I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. Yes, we are on our way. Turn the radio down. Copyright. Just on our way to Leicester. We're not too far from Leicester where we live, but it's still one of those journeys that you come across many people that like to drive not in a manner that's acceptable, put it that way. I could call them something, no, I'm not going to. But yeah, I'm just also in the car at the moment packaging up a parcel to post, and I've got my printer, my mini printer on my lap, and then realised that I actually need to plug it in, this one, to print it. I should have bought my other one that actually is rechargeable. Not clever, but actually I can plug it into the car. Never thought of that until I just said it. I can plug it straight into the USB in the car. Right, I'm going to get this done, but I will be back when we get to the hospital. There you go, everybody. Samantha, everyone already seen you. Everyone knows Samantha from my new subscribers that don't. This is Samantha. This is my daughter who's 30 this year. Aren't you? I can't believe she's going to be 30, that's ridiculous. We're going away on holiday for your birthday. Where are we going? Centre Park. Very excited. So we are now at your cardiac appointment, waiting to get your scan. And then after your scan we see the consultant, the very good looking consultant. Yeah, like, so hello to everyone. Hi. You've got a nice new dress on, haven't you? You should show me a dress. Okay, we'll turn it that way quickly. So look at that dress. But you look gorgeous, don't you? Yeah. Got anything on to say? No? Tell them to subscribe, like, and turn on the notifications so they get notified when my vlogs go up. Otherwise you're going to come and do what? You're going to beat them up? Yeah. A quick mum and dad moment. So this is Samantha having an echocardiogram. All looking good. Hello. So, yesterday, brilliant seeing Samantha. Absolutely amazing. She looked beautiful in a little floral dress, little shorts underneath, and a pair of red Converses, and a little denim jacket that she'd just bought. Oh, she was so giggly all day. It was when she was having her ECG. Every time the lady put the stickers on, she was just in hysterics. She was brilliant. And she thought it was fun to try and race me because I'm slower. We didn't, for her respect of her privacy, of course, video her weight and height and blood pressure and all that kind of thing, or her consultation with her consultant, of course. I did get a picture of her having her echocardiogram, blaring out important parts, of course. Her heart valve is doing great. The heart valve she currently has wasn't even supposed to last this long because they couldn't get in the size of valve that they needed to when she had her surgery over 10 years ago. And they thought it would only last a few years, and she has looked after that brilliantly with the assistance of us, of course, and her carers. And she's only been in her care home for 8 years, but they have taken on board and looked after her needs and worked very closely with us. Because you know what kind of mum I am. There's, my kids are the most precious things in my heart that ever could be. So they've worked really closely, but her consultant, Mr. Aidan Bolger, I will mention him because the man is a gem. And her previous consultant as well was fantastic. Unfortunately, he retired, and we were lucky to get Aidan. Has worked so closely to keep our little one, I know she's 30, but she's my little one, healthy and well, which is great. She has got to have a broken tooth removed and her wisdom teeth, and due to her cardiac issues and her warfarin and everything, she's actually having it done at the hospital. A lovely lady who works with special needs dentistry at the hospital, and the nurses are great. So everything went well. Her heart is working well. Her blood pressure as well. Her weight is coming down because unfortunately she's managed to get overweight. Working very closely with the home and the carers to get her weight down. And in the last 2 months, she's managed to lose nearly 6 kilos just by healthy eating. And with her condition, it's important she eats at certain times. So moving her meal times to set times and within half an hour of that set time. She does aqua aerobics and walking, but only because of her legs and, of course, her heart condition. Keeping her fit enough, but not overexerting her. And carrying her little snack box that's got bits of fruit in around with her everywhere she goes. Has worked really well, and I've got to say, they are monitoring her intake closely, and I appreciate everybody at Voyage Care. Thank you for being so wonderful, especially her key care workers and the management. They're all like family. They absolutely mean the world to us, and I will always support them because they support us. But her appointment was great. At the end of the appointment, she goes flying. Bye, Mum. Love you. See you. Bye. And off she goes. Anybody who doesn't know Samantha, Samantha doesn't verbalise very much. She is talking a lot better than she used to. But she does do Makaton sign. We understand everything she says because she's our daughter. Other people struggle, but she's getting there. The words that she can use are enough to describe what she needs with the added Makatons. She gets there. Samantha's condition does mean that everything she hears and everything we say to her, she understands every single word. It's just verbalising back that she's understood it that's an issue. But she was wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And her carer, Danielle, who came with her, has looked after her since day one, so she's also family. And yeah, it was brilliant seeing her. It took a long time to get back home. The traffic was horrendous. It's literally 45 minutes to an hour away from our house. It took us nearly 2 hours to get back. It was a long, long journey. I think I fell asleep in the car at some point and woke up about 10 minutes away from home with Carl going, "Do you want anything from Tesco?" And I'm like, "Huh? Where are we?" He was exhausted. He was absolutely exhausted. He's had a really busy few days. So then we got home. Well, actually, before we left the hospital, we went to the restaurant and had dinner. He had chilli and I had a tuna mayo jacket potato. I think we got to the end of lunch because everything was really well done and dry. And that hospital restaurant has fantastic food. But yeah, we were end of the lunch. So it was not in peak condition, but I was too hungry to be bothered. When we got home, cooked my dad's dinner, did dinner for my son. And then I think we literally collapsed in the chair. And my son came home in a taxi because his dad just was so tired to pick him up. And I think before my son got home, I think he had an hour's nap on the chair, and I just said to him, "Look, just close your eyes. You're falling asleep holding your phone. You're bashing your nose with it because you're falling asleep." So he had about an hour, which made him feel a bit better. And then by about 8 o'clock, he was a bit peckish. So I made a tray of plain crisps covered in brie, chorizo, grated cheddar, put in the oven for about 2 minutes, and then you just break off a bowl. And then I fancied something sweet, which I know on my diet I really shouldn't have done, but I made coconut and jam sponge the other day, and we had that with some pink strawberry custard that I made, and we ate that. And then 9 o'clock we thought, right, we're going to watch Code of Silence because the first episode on Sunday night was brilliant, and I think we got 5 minutes into it and woke up an hour later, so we'll watch that later on today. And we went to bed, and I don't think our heads hit the pillows, and I think I woke up around 4, and then was awake then, and I think I fell asleep again about 8, and then woke up at 9:30. So I've had a nice morning. I've just done washing up the stuff because it just wasn't worth putting in the dishwasher. We've had breakfast. I made lunch because my son's gone off to work, and I had some bits left, so I made him some lunch because he's got a long shift today. And then I'm just about to go out in the garden because the radishes that are in the fridge have got stems on now, so I'm going to go and plant them in the veg patch because I've got radishes growing already. And then the rest of my day is painting these canvases to get them posted out. And I'm just going to chill today. It's being in the car is really difficult because I have to keep my leg out enough that I'm not putting pressure on my foot, which then sends pain up my leg into my knee, but also keep it moving enough on the journey so when I do get out of the car, it's not stiff. And when I got in the car yesterday when we were leaving home, I put my leg in. So I put my leg in straight, and it caught the door seal and jammed my leg backwards, which then sent the pain up into my hip. And I think the scream I let out, I think the whole county heard. So it had been sore already before we even left for the hospital. So last night I was in a lot of pain, but painkillers kicked in. And yeah, so I'm doing a couple of bits, and then I'm going to sit down and I'm going to chill for the day, painting and watch Code of Silence. I watched episode 8 of Mobland last night because the next episode was out, and wow, it's so good. So good. Helen Mirren, you are a genius. I know she's not going to see this, so she's not going to hear me say that, but she is a genius. She plays evil so good. So good. And then she turns into sweetness and light. A drop of a hat. She's fantastic. And I know people have complained about Piers Morgan's Irish accent, but he's Irish. He has Irish heritage. So he's obviously pulled that from somewhere. I don't mind it. He did go into a very odd, loosely Jamaican accent yesterday at one point, but I don't think that was intentional. I am now also very sad because, of course, SWAT has finished series 8. I don't think it's going to be here for a little while. I watch it using Surfshark. VPN on CBS, but I am gutted that CBS has dropped it. It's not. I don't know anybody who doesn't like SWAT who's watched it, and Seymour. Oh God, I could never remember the bloke who plays Hondo. I can't pronounce his name properly, so I'm not going to offend anybody by pronouncing it wrong. But Hondo, not only is he the most amazing bloke to look at, oh my God, he really is, but also his acting, the rest of the team's acting. You forget that you're watching a police show of SWAT. And I'd so enjoy it, and for it to be taken off. So please, I'm hoping that Amazon Prime Video or Netflix or someone picks it up and makes series 9, because it's so sad that it's gone. It's just one that our family have watched together and loved. There's not been that many programmes that we've all loved, but every single member of the family love, since 24. And we used to watch 24, Jack Bauer, Kiefer Sutherland, and we used to watch that. I used to watch it with my 2 eldest boys, and we loved it, to the point that one of my boys bought me the whole box set. And we loved 24. And there's been other programmes that a couple of us have liked, or a few of us have liked, or, you know, we're a big family. But SWAT is one that we've all absolutely loved. It's like YouTube channels. Tom is one that we absolutely love. Lydia, we absolutely love, including my book club, which is all around the world, and we absolutely love Lydia. And a lot of us love Andy the Gardener and Tom, Viking Tom, and Chris Off-Rose. Those ones we watch. We watch Joe Sugg, Diane, Boswell, Alfie and Zoe Days, even Poppy Days. So there are some channels that we absolutely love. At the minute, we're glued to Law and Crime, because of course it's following the Diddy trial, and they do go through the transcripts every day, because of course, being it a state federal case, it can't be filmed, and there's no recorders or anything in there, so you're going by what the press is reporting. But Law and Crime, with Jesse Webber, the reporter Elizabeth is actually in the court, has the transcripts every night. They give them out to the press every night, and she goes through the transcripts. I am still reeling from the revelations from Beyond the Grain by Prince, and the last recording he made a couple of weeks before he died, with his suspicions and the words, "If anything happens to me, it wasn't intentional, it wasn't me." And for Sheila E. to say he became paranoid, but it wasn't, it was justified paranoia, that he said something's going to happen to me because I know what I know and they don't want me to know what I know. And the revelations about Biggie Smalls and Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac, I'm just like, if Diddy gets off with his alleged charges, there's a real problem with the American justice system. It's not great here in the UK, believe me, I know firsthand. But America's justice system is, yeah. But anyway, enough of law. I'm retired, so I don't need to worry about that. So yeah, apart from Law and Crime. But anyway, as I was saying, please bring back SWAT. The Chicagos are back on the Friday. PD, Med and Fire. I've seen them already, but I'm still going to rewatch them because I normally watch them on my iPad, so it's nice to watch them on big telly, Tom. So yeah, it's a lovely, lovely sunny day, which I like to watch from the window. I don't like being out in the sun. Never have, never will do. I'm always the one under the umbrella or with a big giant hat on covered in sunblock. I don't like being out in the sun because Carl is fair, even though he's grey now. He burns at a drop of a hat. Getting him to wear sunblock is a chore. I put it in front of him. He'll be looking at it and he still won't put it on. He'll just forget. So then I have to yell at him and then he puts it on. Poor rank. But yeah, Eric is having a nice snooze because he's a snoozy, tired dog all the time. I think Bertie's having a snooze somewhere. He's in the corner somewhere having a snooze. The kittens are in bed. They've had their breakfast, so they're tired. And yeah, so I will be painting. I'm actually using a lot of gold leaf at the minute, and so it's going everywhere. So I will be covered. Also, this top has also matching trousers, and they have pockets. A Temu, £4 from Temu. I wear a lot of them. I think I've got 5 of them now. They are the most comfortable little lounge suits just to wear around the house, ever. But we've had a lot of Temu deliveries the last couple of days. And there's been a couple of disasters at Temu deliveries. I will show you. This was a wash basket that I bought, folding wash basket, and as you can see, it's tiny. But that's the problem sometimes when you buy online. Good morning. It's 5:30. I just woke up. Carl's gone to put kettle on. Let the dogs out for a wee. Wow, that was a good sleep. I have some new medication, and to wean myself onto it, I have to take half, not one. And since I've been taking half, I'm sleeping. Wow. Before I was getting maybe 3-4 hours a week. Yeah, probably half an hour a day if I was lucky. Yeah, I was sleeping. It was leaving me groggy during the day, but I'm hoping that'll wear off. My muscles getting to relax, which is the important thing. I'm up early because I have some engineers coming this morning. Sorry. Ugh, you can't see me. Alexa, light on.
Okay.
Hey. I have some engineers coming to sort out my fan in the bathroom and remove a heater, electrical heater. Yeah, so I'm up early for them. And then I went to sleep probably about 1:30. I managed to finish my essay that's due on the 12th of June. I wanted to get it done really ahead of time in case I had any issues. So yeah, I woke up and I've been watching Tom the Viking video and catching up on Diddy stuff from yesterday. So that was when Oprah was mentioned and stuff, so I've been catching up on that. And now it's time to get some breakfast and get dressed. Today I think it's going to be pretty chilled. I need to go and tidy up my office. I really do. I've got some wig videos I really need to record and some makeup once I'm feeling a lot better. But while you're there you go, excuse the hand in front of the camera just then. But this is my knee now. I know it still looks a bit... The reason it's shiny here is because I've got a key coat on it. And if I get it, it should be in my drawer. Should have, would have, could have. Yeah, it is. It's this stuff here. Oops. Get it right way up. Keeler coat. And it's for keloid scars. And it's been really playing me up. And actually, since I started using it, the difference. I mean, look at that. That's gone really quite flat. The difference is amazing. So these are where the infection took a hold. If you remember, get a right angle. I think my camera must be dirty. Hold on. Any better? Slightly better. It's just my light. That's where the infection was in those 2 bits there. They are now full of scab. So when the scab comes off, I'm hoping each time it comes off, because they've been off a couple of times, the hole will be more and more shallow. Here is this discoloration here. That's where the staples were, of course. But this discoloration here is where the dressing had burnt my skin because of the allergy to it. Yeah. But yeah, it's getting there. It's doing its job and bending and straightening, and it's still hella swollen, of course. Yeah, it's still really swollen, but it's moving, and we're getting there. Right, I better get on. See you in a little bit.